Right then, welcome back to another YouTube video. The Dream Big series is over, so we are kind of into a new, not really into a new series, but just recurring videos now on a weekly basis, which I'll keep you updated with what's going on. So obviously by the title you can tell we are into the rebound phase. This was 2 weeks post-show. On the last Monday, today talking to you now from 3 weeks post-show. So I kind of just wanted to explain the rebound and what we're doing, and the reason around training as well. Obviously you're going to see this week's training footage now, which is spread across 4 days. So I'm training 4 days, 3 rest days, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday are my training days, and the rest days just fall around that. We've got one high day in the week, which is on leg day, so some peri-workout nutrition around that, which is kind of incorporating into the high day with extra carbohydrates, pre-workout, post-workout, and then an off-plan meal, which is normally a Five Guys, and some other bits like cookies and Ben and Jerry's, whatever I can kind of stomach, and just so I kind of get to a stage where I'm full on that day, because appetite's still really good. So I kind of use that day to fill up, and then obviously that brings weight up the next day, and then kind of trickles back down to a new baseline weight by the time it gets to Sunday, Monday. So that's our kind of one high day of the week, which is on leg day, because it's just a day we want to kind of bring up in terms of volumizing legs and leg size this off season. And this rebound phase in terms of training this week especially, as you can probably tell by the videos, I'm leaving a rep or two in the tank. I still need to remember I was 2 weeks post-show training in this training split, which is what we're watching now. So the body's still in a recovery process. It's still in a very low body fat, because we're putting on minimal amounts of fat in this rebound phase and going into the health phase. So we want to keep body fat low, which is obviously meaning food is pretty low as well. So on my training days last week, carbohydrates on the training day were 550, and then on a rest day they were 400. They've just been increased today to 600 on a training day and 425 on a rest day. So that's obviously because I didn't gain any weight last week, except for obviously after the high day, but weight came back down to our baseline, which was the same as the start of the week. So no weight gain last week, so food went up this week. But last week I kind of took it easy. It was kind of like my first full week back in training. It was my first full week back in this new split. So I really kind of wanted to just get in there, set some baseline numbers for me to kind of hit off this week, and start ticking boxes in terms of, you could call it progression, but I'm still keeping like a rep in the tank. Probably this week I'm going a bit more to failure. Last week I didn't really touch failure at all. Maybe on some movements, just because I find it very hard to kind of keep reps in the tank, to be honest. I find it hard to stop myself mid-set or like towards the end of the set when I kind of know I'm getting close to that rep or two the ones that are going to count essentially, and we're kind of still waiting to get through this rebound and health phase before we actually start the off season in like the end of December, January time, where we want to kind of start the push from. So at the moment we're kind of just using the food that we've put in, and this kind of effective training but low volume, slightly probably like 60 to 70% intensity training to kind of make some improvements in this phase without kind of putting so much fatigue on the body, because it's still, like I said, in a recovery process, and obviously we can't just sit at home and do nothing and just let the body recover that way. It's obviously good to get back in training, back in the routine, put the body through some stimulus, and the pumps at the moment are insane, so I'm definitely kind of focusing a lot more on that instead of just moving load and looking at load as progression, looking more pump and holding a pump, and because body fat's still low, the muscle is so close to the skin that it takes a few sets to get a pump, and I'm just trying to hold it there. So this was our leg day here, as you can see. You'll see on this set I didn't really take it to failure. I probably left 2 reps in the tank here, but the volume in terms of session is much lower than it has been. So mainly doing 1 top set, 1 back off set, or 2 straight sets, which is kind of quite a lot less than we were doing in the last off season, where it's kind of like 2 top sets, 1 back off, or 3 sets per movement, 3 working sets, which is a lot over a course of 6 movements. It adds up through the week as well as in the last improvements phase we were training 5 days instead of 4. So we're kind of backing off, but we're making the most. The goal is to make the most out of all these sets, and put everything in them, and still be able to improve recovery and maximise recovery, and just be able to turn around sessions in a way that is going to benefit us more than kind of digging myself into a hole the further we go into this off season, and getting to a point where the body's not responding, which is kind of what we're trying to mitigate here. So that's kind of like a debrief. I've only got like 8 minutes to talk, so it's not a lot of time, but it's kind of like a debrief of what is going on right now. We're going to be doing this rebound for about 3 to 4 more weeks, and then we're going to delve into a health phase, which will take us up to the end of the year. And then, like I said, we'll start the actual off-season push phase, where we're going to push hard and really change this physique. That will start in January. So we're kind of just plugging away here. I'm going to keep you updated on what's going on, how the rebound's going. Conditioning is still tight. I'm happy with the pitches. We're just obviously nice and full. Food's gradually going up, but like I said, we're not pushing hard at the moment. We're just letting the food that's going in do the job, letting the training do the job as well, and kind of just let the body take over in terms of potentially putting on some size in this rebound phase, because that's what it's kind of all about, but at the same time putting a big emphasis on recovery. So we'll leave it there. I'll keep you updated next week on what's going on, maybe do like a full day of eating and what my food's like at the moment, post show. But yeah, we'll take it from there. Hopefully you took something from this, but other than that, I will leave you there, and we'll catch up next week.